and hope that Blackpink becomes this.
Yeah, and then you need Blackpink
savior.
to just like make all the money for you so that you can bring this company back.
Unfortunately. Welcome to YouTube's favorite K-pop show, DK News.
My name is Danny Kim.
David Kim, and we have some
Lots of tea
today. First news: the Korean alphabet Hangeul is stolen.
Oh no, what now? And second news,
YG is officially booked.
Oh, keep YG out of your mouth.
And other updates about YG's status.
And
last but not least, first news. Korean language Hangeul, the one that BTS is spreading so much, is originally called the 훈민정음, and it means proper sound for teaching the people. Korea didn't have its own writing system, so only the nobles or officials or scholars were able to write, borrowing the Chinese characters. The commoners had no way to write or read, and the power structure was kind of similar to the Roman Catholic owning the Bible and all that kind of stuff. So King Sejong's preface goes on like this.
Our language is different than that of the Chinese and is not compatible with the Chinese characters. For this reason, even if the uneducated has something to say, so many are unable to do so. I take pity upon this and make 28 new characters so all people can learn and use it easily.
Anyways, because of this, King Sejong the Great made the Korean writing system Hangeul for the commoners, and he also made an explanation guide called the 훈민정음 해례, which is basically a manual to translate the Hangeul.
Like how to Hangeul.
And this manual was registered as a national treasure, and it was one of UNESCO's World Heritages, and is currently under dispute.
Oh no. What
regarding
now?
the ownership.
Okay.
The legal dispute has been going on for like a decade, and finally this Monday, the Supreme Court ruled that the document's legal ownership goes to Korea itself, and it may be forcibly reclaimed from its current owner. The problem is the current owner, named Bae-ik-gi, is refusing to let the government know about where the manual is. And it's a very complicated situation, so I'll just make it as simple as possible.
Okay.
In 2008, Bae-ik-gi, who was a rare book dealer, claimed that he had the book and found it during cleaning his own house.
How does that end?
I don't know. Okay. Another antique dealer named Mr. Cho claimed that Bae-ik-gi had stolen the book from his shop.
Complicated, okay.
And in 2011, Mr. Cho filed a lawsuit and won the ownership over Mr. Bae. But Mr. Bae refused to comply and was initially sentenced 10 years in prison, but he still refused to reveal the whereabouts of the book.
Oh, wow.
And in 2012, the court's ruling was overturned that Mr. Bae had stolen the book. So he didn't have to go to prison because there was no evidence that he stole it. But the court still maintained that Mr. Cho was the rightful owner of the manual.
Okay. Very complicated.
Yeah. In 2012, Mr. Cho pledged to donate the document to the nation before he died in that year. So legally, the owner is the Cultural Heritage Administration of Korea. But Mr. Bae is still in the possession of the book and is not revealing where it is.
Okay.
So currently, the administration says it will try to convince Mr. Bae to hand over the book, but if he refuses over 3 times, they will forcibly take it. The problem is still, Mr. Bae has been requesting things in return for revealing the book's location. He's actually like kidnapped the book, blackmailing. So he said in an interview, even the New World America was claimed by Discovery. So
this land is my land. This land is my land. I put my flag up, so now it's my man. That's how it works, y'all.
if I'm not compensated at least 1/10 of the value, I'm just getting stolen from the government unfairly. Thus, Mr. Page allegedly requesting 1/10 of the value of the book, which is known to be 100 billion won, which is 80 million USD, from the government. However, by the law, the Cultural Heritage Organization is only able to pay him 100 million won max, 80,000 USD. And another funny thing is that Mr. Bae is known to have mentioned wanting the government to make a memorial center under his name.
So like this guy stole something from a bookstore.
Yeah.
And now he wants like $80 million.
Yeah,
and he also wants a museum.
And in 2017, he wanted to become elected as a lawmaker by revealing the whole manual.
Okay, what an asshole.
But he didn't get elected.
Okay,
because
okay,
probably people thought
well,
he was an asshole.
Well, he stole something though. Like, I don't understand where
No,
he's
he
coming...
said he found it from cleaning his room. Cho had the book Mr. Bay stole it, allegedly.
Uh.
The court said the ownership goes to Cho.
Okay.
But Bay didn't have to live in prison because there was no evidence of him stealing it. So the debate is whether this guy should be compensated 80 million USD for this.
Okay.
And whether he's an ass or not.
Okay, well, I don't think there's a debate about whether he's an ass. But at the same time, are you sure you wouldn't be doing what he's doing right now if you were in his shoes?
I wouldn't. Because,
Really?
Yeah, because Mr. Cho, before he died, he donated it to the cultural heritage.
I know, but like it's in your hands. There's like, I don't know how much money this is, but
Hey,
there's a lot of money.
I would do this. Like, if I had like this amazing, I don't know, national treasure sword or something.
You would just give it to the government?
Of course.
Well, fuck the government. You found it. You found it.
No, but it's like,
yours. It's yours. What the fuck are you talking about? I believe what you find is yours.
I put my flag up, so now it's my man.
Okay.
Okay?
So you're like the I don't know, the
I'm like Columbus.
Columbus. You're
Well-
Columbus.
Well, that's gonna trigger a lot of people. Oh, I'm sorry, Native Americans. It's also America's also yours too. But I'm just saying, like this item, like if the government wanted it so much, they should fucking pay. I mean, like he's an asshole. I do think he's an asshole. But I think if anybody's in this guy's shoes, anybody could become an asshole like him. It's very easy. And honestly, like you'd be lying if you didn't consider that. And,
I don't know, but-
and I think the amount that he's requesting is kind of outrageous.
Exactly.
But at the same time, he's in a very advantageous position because nobody knows where the book is except
Exactly.
for him. So it's like, hey,
Yeah, that's why
if
he's
you
an
really
asshole.
Want it, if you really want it, I guess.
No, but I see a lot of people, like very rich people, like donating huge amounts of money and a lot of like national heritages in their possession because it's technically its rightful owner is the nation and the people. you
No,
know?
it's not. Why? Did they find it?
No,
Is
because
it theirs?
no,
Is
because
the government? No, is the government?
I know what
a
you're saying,
historical
like,
successor
but that's
for-
after the modern ages. Like that's after we have like property and capitalism and all
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of stuff.
Korea's a capitalist
But
country.
this heritage is from like the King Sejong era, and King Sejong made it for the purpose of like teaching the commoners.
I know, but what relevance does the modern Korean government have with King Sejong's, Joseon dynasty? That's like, hundreds of years ago, man. That's
Okay,
like,
but I
you know,
just think I don't know. Like, okay, maybe you might be right technically,
Yeah.
but in a moral or ethical perspective, I think this guy is really, really low. I think if I was in his shoes, like honestly, really honestly, I would donate it for the max like amount of money they would.
but
I
you
would
would
be,
still receive money.
of course. They said the max cap is like $1
But
$10
you know,
million.
okay, so but this is a very valuable book, and you have it in your hands. You didn't steal it. You found it, and the government suddenly says, okay, we'll pay like maybe 1% of its face value.
Yeah,
You would be happy with that.
of course.
How the fuck do you be happy with that?
I would say.
No. How do you be
it's-
happy with
It's
that?
not about the money. It's about the good deed I'm doing. I'm gonna
Who gives
earn.
a shit about the good deed?
I'm gonna earn good honor. I'm gonna get respect.
Oh
People
my
are
God.
gonna be happy. Like, think of all the kids that will be happy looking at that book in a museum.
Hey.
Like, it's about the greater good, not your own self-greed.
Hey, if this book is so fucking special that you're making a big deal out of it, the government, then you better pay up. I would say like $80 million for a fucking book. That's pretty ridiculous. But at the same time, like if the market value is way higher and you only pay $80,000, and that's the law, I think that's just opening up a lot of potential for
So-
people to be selling their shit to outside of Korea. I'm saying this like really seriously. Like there's a lot of historical artifacts and items that get sold overseas in Japan or China and shit like that because Korean government does not compensate well to the people when they do find these kind of stuff. So I think this is probably gonna end up somewhere in Japan or somewhere in Europe or something.
Yeah,
like that.
sadly. But if you are a good person, if you are one of those generous, rich people, I think the
I'm
right.
not a generous rich person.
No.
Somebody DM me and said that. I wouldn't be pissed.
What
I
about
would be
20
like,
bucks?
actually, you know what? Hey, no one ever gave me any money to date somebody, so I don't think I'd be pissed if I got this DM saying like, I'll pay you 20.
I'm
right-
not a generous rich person.
No, there are a lot of people like that actually, a lot of examples. But anyways, if you're that kind of person, I think it would rightfully go back to the hands of who it belongs to, the people. And I do think his strategy right now, like of like kidnapping and like
smart.
Yeah,
smart.
using
I
it
would do
as
that.
leverage or
Good
collateral.
job, man. What
to
an
the world.
asshole.
But Korean public is super pissed right now. They're all saying this dude like should be
Executed?
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah, no,
for
but
not giving up this extremely valuable
but
book
they're
for
actually
like 1% of its
they're
value?
actually saying like in the comments like, oh, if this was North Korea, oh, we should go back to the 60s.
Oh,
you know,
wow.
then
Okay,
then he
well-
would give it in a heartbeat. You know.
Okay, so they don't want a free country anymore. They don't want the protection of their own property.
I get where they're coming
Oh
from.
my
though.
god. Oh my god. Okay, this is just terrible. Okay, so I'll just say this.
But
Fuck the
I'm
government.
so
What?
I'm so intrigued by the fact that Danny is on his side because I have never seen like one single comment in Korea
Well-
actually standing by him.
Well, it's called living
DK
in-
News.
No, it's
so
called
next
li-
news.
Next news.
Next news. YG is officially in big trouble.
Oh no. What do they do now?
I have two updates on the YG situation.
Okay.
First of all, Papa YG Yang Hyun-suk has been booked on a charge for mediation for prostitution. And being booked means now it's an official criminal case for the police to investigate.
Does it mean he's a criminal though?
It's a stage before the custody or non-custody investigation. So his status has now elevated from testifier to suspect.
Okay.
And last month on the 26th, Yang Hyun-suk participated in a witness investigation with the police for 9 hours. He had allegations regarding providing prostitution for foreign businessmen and provided escorts for their Europe tour or trip in
It's a Euro
2014.
tour.
Yang Hyun-suk stated that he was just present at that place to meet a famous producer or something and denied all allegations. But reportedly from MBN and many other news outlets like Yeonhap News, YTN, the police has retrieved some proof that might lead to providing prostitution through Yang Hyun-suk's expense history, his receipts. So also one of the women who went on the European tour testified hinting that there was prostitution present during the
Okay.
trip. Thus, with the new evidence, the police is trying to speed up the investigations right now.
Nothing too shocking so far, to be
Yeah,
honest.
but Koreans are actually not taking it too positively.
What are they saying?
They're like, oh, about time. Like, after
Oh,
all
oh,
this,
right,
wow,
right,
so
right, right.
fast. Like,
Oh.
you didn't even. I mean, this is not biased, but according to the K-Nets, you weren't even able to jail Seungni. How are you gonna jail Papa YG?
Well, okay, so Seungni his case has not
his-
finished.
Yeah,
yet,
it's not
so-
clear. He's not finished, but
and,
he's.
and no one knows yet.
Yeah.
No one knows yet.
And also another situation, a bad situation with YG is that the company might have to spit out $56 million to Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, LVMH in abbreviation. Due to the continuous Burning Sun scandal with the tax investigations and Yang Hyun-suk's personal scandal allegations, YG's stock price has plummeted more than 40% in
Holy
6
shit.
months.
I hope my dad still doesn't have stocks. You know, he bought a
don't
lot.
wanna laugh
He was
about
like,
this.
"Oh, Blackpink, yes, I'm buying YG. Oh, it's a sale." And then it's like, "Oh no, it's not a sale."
He got an investment of $56 million from Louis Vuitton in October 2014 with a promise to convert the shares to stock or cash 5 years later, which is 2019. And Louis Vuitton bought 1.3 million YG stocks at the price of 40 USD. Currently, YG stocks are at 27
What a
USD.
terrible investment.
October 2019 is coming soon, and it's pretty obvious that Louis Vuitton will not choose to convert its investment into shares. Regarding the Louis Vuitton will most likely request a cash repayment of $51 million plus 2% of annual interest. According to IB Investment Bank, YG is obligated to pay back within a few months. Thus, YG has been reported to have begun the process of gathering funds for this repayment. And meanwhile, YG Entertainment officially stated that their financial status will not be affected by this repayment.
Interesting. They have a lot of money, I guess.
So yeah, I guess YG is in good health. Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think will happen?
They're in good hands.
They're not going to be affected by repaying $56 million.
dollars.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I don't know. Like, what's the company's like?
Financial status.
Yeah, the cash reserve. How much do they have?
I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? Man, that must really suck. That must really suck. Let's look at like 5 years ago when Louis Vuitton was making this deal. It was 2014. 14. So that was when Big Bang was in its prime.
Oh yes.
The prime years of Big Bang, like made
Yes.
album days.
Yes. And Blackpink was about to come out.
Blackpink was about to come out, and they were in really good condition.
Yeah,
they were like really doing well. So obviously Louis Vuitton at that time thought, okay, this is a company that's cool enough for Louis Vuitton, and also is just dominating the K-pop market. Wow, like how fast does a situation change for a company in 5 years?
volatile.
It's
K-pop,
so
yeah.
crazy. It's so crazy. This is why you don't invest
in
in K-pop.
K-pop.
Yeah, this is I say this all the time. Never invest in K-pop labels, because literally like one person's mistake, even if they're not like related to actual operations of a K-pop company, will just blow away an entire company.
Yeah, because the product itself is the human being, and human beings are flawed and they make mistakes, maybe sometimes huge mistakes.
Yeah, maybe sometimes huge mistakes.
So
like,
yeah, that's what made $40 go to $27.
And now Louis Vuitton's on your ass, wanting $56 million.
Give us back our money, you know? And honestly, even though YG said they're strong, I don't believe that. Of course, they're not gonna say they're weak,
of
right?
Of course, they're not gonna say, "Oh, we're fucked."
Yeah, I know,
You know?
but I honestly think they are ducked. I think YG is quacked financially, and if Louis Vuitton like gets their own money back, $56 million.
Maybe they need another loan. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. You get another loan and cover it up.
Yeah. It's like
and hope that Blackpink becomes this.
Yeah, and then you need Blackpink
savior.
to just like make all the money for you so that you can bring this company
But
back up.
unfortunately, you know what the
two
K-pop
legs.
industry says: girl groups aren't that
Profitable. I don't know how profitable Blackpink is, to be honest.
And I don't think it's gonna be enough to like get that gap disappear.
Also, what a lot of stock investors say about Blackpink is that despite its huge popularity, it's not a profitable group
Because of the regions, right?
Yeah, because mainly its popularity is based on Southeast Asia,
Right.
and those are why they have less purchasing power compared to other regions, say like America. So it's not as a profitable market as America is. And since their core fan base is mainly located in Southeast Asia, I think that. Why? I'm just telling I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling.
Deja vu.
I'm just telling what the people say. That's what they say.
In the last DK News episode? I'm just saying his popularity, or Big Bang's popularity, is highly dense in. Yeah, anyways, that is true. It's highly based in the Southeast Asian region, and it's not that much of a profitable area because of like the currency and all that kind of stuff. So.
And plus with these negative news coming out from YG,
not seeing the situation getting better.
Yeah, it's not gonna get better.
T.O.P. just posted one single post, like his selfie, and he got so much backlash for that. K-nets are like, I don't want to see your ducking face. Like, are you in your right mind? Like something like that. So
I feel kind of bad for the guy. I kind of feel bad for the guy.
I feel bad too. He just posted a selfie.
Yeah, it's like he's not hurting anybody.
He posted a ducking selfie.
And it's not like, he killed somebody or he like hired like fucking escorts.
I don't understand these jobless people that come deliberately to his post and say like, like blah 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 blah.
You should be in a cave.
Yeah, something like that.
Just reflecting on yourself.
Get a life.
This is why I say a lot of K-netizens are dumb. That post and Naver on Instagram. They're dumb people that can't think logically and.
Danny canceled by K-net.
Oh right, now I got like Southeast Asia, now Koreans. Well,
he's generalizing.
I'm just the official Japanese ball guy here. Yeah. So anyway, thank you. Arigato gozaimasu.
Don't.
All right.
Now, don't.
We have the worst. We're having a trade war.
World War III.
Yeah, with Japan right now, and people are like. Oh, did you see those Instagram accounts where they call out people who go to Japan?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they have literally accounts that expose people who buy Japanese products or who go to Japan. Like
anything related to Japan right now, you'll get stoned.
Yeah, like you post a selfie in Osaka. You went on a like trip, and then next thing you know, like you're on some sort of like Twitter account that's like, this guy, he's a traitor.
Right. And you post on Instagram like OOTD.
You have a Uniqlo.
And you have Uniqlo on.
How dare you?
At this time and era, Uniqlo? Are you serious?
Well, okay. Well, let's not get political. I will not.
Okay,
I will save my words.
Last news, surprise.
Time jump.
We didn't upload that video that you just watched for 15 minutes.
So that news is like 2 weeks ago. It's outdated. I'm sorry, but we just have to put it out there because we made it. So the last news we have to add today is regarding Renjun's manager situation. I know for the past few days, a lot of NCTizens were very mad and furious about this one certain girl because of the situation that seemed like she was discriminating Renjun because Renjun was spotted in the rain without an umbrella. He was all alone, getting all wet. So people got mad and they made hashtags trend like treat SM artists better. The woman was canceled very hard. However, that turned to 180 yesterday because Renjun actually appeared on V Live and explained his whole situation. So according to Renjun, initially he went to the car, but he got reminded that he left his AirPods at the set. He ran back to get his AirPods. He came back, but the car had moved because of traffic, so he couldn't find his car. So in that period, he was calling the manager on the location of the car. During that period, fans took pictures of him getting soaked in the rain.
Without an umbrella.
Without an umbrella.
And he also added that he is very close with his staff, the managers, and they are like friends and family to him. And I know like this was a very big controversy and lots of people like unsubscribed. Tens of thousands of people unsubscribed to SM's channel because in protest of this event. And this was a big controversy because not only this, but previous events that happened on V Live, manager allegedly said Takcho. It's the audio is not clear, but the base of Renjun tells that he says something to tell him to shut up. Events like that where Renjun and the Chinese members were getting a little bit harsh treatment from maybe the staff members.
And the past reputation from like Super Junior and all the EXO members and blah blah blah.
So that all added up to this moment.
So for now, people are actually believing Renjun's words. He looked okay in the V Live. Some people might believe SM pushed him to say something like that. But there's also like evidence on Twitter, such as like these kind of threads showing a lot of angles of Renjun like in timeline that kind of verifies Renjun's words. For now, the most credible source is Renjun himself, so I guess people are trying to believe him. We just wanted to state our own thoughts about this whole issue. What do you think?
What I've learned from this event and also our event is that first of all, if you're in a public setting, you always gotta be aware, on edge. Your moments are gonna be captured, and the way that it's interpreted is not up to you actually. That makes it clear that even if Renjun was going to get his AirPods, I personally believe his story. But even if that was a story, like I believe that SM, if they were a company that was very wary of their PR and stuff, SM, they very well know that fans are everywhere taking pictures of these idols, every move. The right thing for them to do was to get an umbrella for him because regardless of whether or not he can go, I mean, he's a grown man, so he can go to get his AirPods by himself. Like, getting a little bit wet is not the biggest problem, but obviously this is terrible PR for the company, and obviously they have faced the repercussions. And I think if you're an entertainment company, or if you're anybody in the public eye, you need to be ready. Every single slice of your moment is going to be interpreted differently by everybody else.
I agree, like there should have been an umbrella for him, even if it was like a very spontaneous happening of event. But I do have a different angle on this. Regardless of how things all turned out, people on the internet are actually making fun of NCTizens because they were like very furious about a situation that was misinterpreted. At the same time, I think it is not something to be made fun of, nor is stupid, because this whole uproar occurred and all these people protested and complained to SM and made attention about this issue. SM actually listened to it, and Renjun felt the need to explain himself. I think this whole process is like a representation of some form of democracy. Same in our society as well.
Going pretty far there.
No, but like when something happens, when a controversial issue happens, people come out and say, explain, like give us an explanation. And that's how transparency is made between the public and a certain entity, like whether it's the government or a company or like SM. So in this case as well, if there was no such uproar, if there was like small buzz, some minority of people were concerned about him, SM would say like, oh, that's just like, we can neglect that, we can ignore that. But since it became big, unsubscribing and stuff, they definitely got to know that, right? So
I mean, Renjun himself knew it. So obviously, like, he talked about it.
Yeah, so regardless of the whole process or the whole misunderstanding or whatever, I think in a positive perspective, we can see this as an improvement or one step closer to transparency within the K-pop industry, which I think we need, because these SM or YG, JYP, Big Hit, these companies are not transparent enough, and we don't know how they're treating their idols, or we don't know what's going behind the scenes. Not that we have to know every single thing, but they have the responsibility to treat their artists very fairly and reassure fans that the artists are getting well treated. I mean, I feel very bad for the woman who was being bashed on the internet. The biggest victim is her, actually. Individually, I feel very bad for her, like fans jumping on her. Yeah, she was being blamed a lot because like people were saying she was personally discriminating him, like to sit next to Jeno or something like that. But some sources are actually claiming that she was actually the driver. That's like a big turn of events.
And I think what we have to understand is that, yes, there might be like some sort of anti-China sentiment going on inside SM or inside any company, inside these staff members, but at the end of the day, these people are trying to do their jobs. I highly doubt that these people, they're trying to sabotage their own clients. They're essentially clients, right, for them. They're there to manage their clients, who are the idols. And I don't think they would try to sabotage, them because of their nationality. That could happen. I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but I think we need to understand that these people are just trying to do their jobs. And it's very easy to jump to conclusions, especially when they have a certain history, but we all need to be a little bit more careful, maybe.
Oh, are you defending yourself?
I don't know. Actually, just do whatever. This is democracy.
Are you crying?
This is democracy. I don't know anymore.
Anyways,
DK news.
Yeah, it's something that we can be
learning from,
and the important thing is that Renjun feels okay. I hope so. And that was the end of DK news today.
Like, subscribe, and
sorry
comment.
For the very abrupt background and the change. We've been through a lot, guys.
We'll promise next week we're gonna get back and we're making better content.
DK News will have a revamp. It will be more organized.
We've been doing DK News for the past 8 months right now. It's getting a little exhausted.
Are you saying that people are tired of DK News now?
Yes, I am.
So we need...
We need fresh faces.
Can I stay and get...
Yeah, I don't care anymore. So, thank you. Subscribe. I don't know if I'll stay, but if I stay, then maybe you'll unsubscribe. But if not, then maybe you'll subscribe again. Thank you. Go to our Patreon and bye.